So the crux is we do need to know both the type of surgeries, and they are the stepping stones for cataract training. Thank you, Dr. Menak. I think we don't have Dr. Amit and Dr. Bhavini here. So we'll take up the third topic, which is buying diagnostics and OPD equipments, whether to use it buy fresh ones or refurbished. We have first Dr. Madanagopalan, VG. He'll be speaking about fresh equipments to be bought, whether it is diagnostic or OPDs. Over to you, Dr. Madanagopalan.
Thank you, Yossi and AIOC for having me here. Now, I've been asked to say that, new instruments are better when you're going for equipment purchase. Well, that's a no-brainer, I would say. New equipments definitely work better. But, I'll try to speak about this in a different tangent. Slides are not moving. Yeah. So yes, I'm aware that this is a Yo Pavilion, young ophthalmologists, and our pockets are not deep, money is not in abundance, fiscal prudence is the key, all that is there. But as beginners, we have no equipment, and so we have no patience. We have no patience, and so we are not confident enough to buy new equipment. And this cycle has to be broken somewhere. In doing so, you need a cautious approach. You need to understand your own risk appetite, have a grip on the financial realities that you and your family may be facing, and most importantly, one should understand the language of money. There are a few special considerations. Apart from the tangibles, there are a lot of intangibles in owning an equipment, like peace of mind. Apart from direct return, there is the indirect return, the comfort, the feel-good factor that you have is also important. Many of us may be in specialty practice, where the second-hand equipment may not be easy to come by, and then you would require a combination of equipment for a particular outcome. Let's say you require a microscope and a biome to perform VR surgeries. Are you sure that you can go for second-hand equipment and make them compatible with each other? So what exactly do you want? Every young entrepreneur has to take this decision. Does he want fresh new ones, or would he go for second-hand or pre-used ones? I refrain from using the word refurbished for now. I'll tell you why in a bit. Now I'm presented with these two vehicles. Now, which is the new one and which has already done 1 lakh kilometers? I have absolutely no idea. And why is that? I'm not the technical expert here. I have not been trained in this domain. I do not know whether this machine is good or not. I do not know how to read machines. Well, I can do that. I can actually, spend a considerable amount of time understanding machines, learning about them, reading up, visiting places and all. But we are at the prime of our lives, and any activity or any work that is out of my core area of competence is definitely not worth it. So return on investment is always profit over the cost of investment. Profit is revenue minus expenses, and any equipment that you buy has to be contributing to your revenue. It cannot be a liability contributing towards more expenses. Now, if you're going to get a second-hand equipment, it stands to reason that somebody is selling it. Now, why is that someone selling it? Often you'll find on proper analysis that these are one of the causes. Through poor function, unmatched expectations, it's an outdated version, he's having frequent breakdowns and high maintenance. The only one good reason probably a buyer could get a machine is that somebody's bought a new machine and he's winding up his practice for whatever reason. So how often is that going to happen? And then this is not often spoken about. End of life or longevity of machines. No matter how well a machine is maintained, there is only this much duration of time that it can work on. So when you are going for a second-hand machine, you are going to get it somewhere in the middle. So in which part of this inevitable downward slope are you going to get your hands on the machine? You have no idea of actually knowing. And yes, refurbished, I've refrained from using the word refurbished simply because in order to truly call a machine refurbished, it should have gone through all these processes, and proper trained personnel should have done this. Now, how often can we be sure that the machine that you want to buy has gone through all these processes? And do we even know who the seller is? Do we have any idea about the authenticity of the person you're getting it from? No, we do not know all this. So that, my dear friends, is why I prefer new equipment always. As beginners, on every day's practice, you have 1,000 things to worry about. and whether your machines would be working well or not is not something that you'd be worried about on a particular day. So new ones are always better. Thank you for the opportunity.